Alrighty, good morning everyone. John Murdaca here from Daiwa, Australia. Now we're out on Sydney Harbour today with Daiwa's Taka Kawasaki. So Taka's a bit of a bream whisperer. He knows most of the bream in the harbour here by first name basis, so I'm looking forward to today. We're going to be testing some of the brand new products for the Bait Junkie lineup in 2025. So Taka's got a bit of a plan. We're going to base it around the tides. We're going to fish some of the moorings, some rocky shorelines. I'm super excited. Taka's got a skip in his step. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. Oh wow, he's
scoffed that one.
Completely engulfed that prawn. And maybe if you have a closer look, he's taken down that new Covert bait-junkie-jig head.
So John, tell us, I guess, you know, you've been in product oil for quite some time now, and you've been in charge of bait junkie, jig head, and now you're taking on hard-bodied lure as well. When you, I guess, come up with the products and the concept, like what drives your ideas, or how do you come up with those shapes and colours, and you know, what's your, I guess, secret?
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a hard one. I think personally, finding a solution to a problem is where a lot of the innovation begins. So if there's something that currently exists or something that doesn't exist, and we can make it, or we can design something better than something that's already been attempted, we'll give it a crack. And that's pretty much one of the products we're testing today. There's some similar stuff out there, but they all have their flaws. So being anglers and fishing these products most of our lives, we've seen a frustration with what does or doesn't actually exist at the moment. And we've come up with a product that we think is actually better and makes it much easier to achieve what we're trying to achieve. For instance, say with our Covert jig heads, we wanted a presentation that makes the lure sink nice and horizontally and creates the most realistic presentation that we can, especially in like a heavy fish waterway like Sydney Harbour. These bream have seen like every lure known to man, so to be able to come into here and pull these fish, it takes a lot of patience, but also having the right product to do the job is pivotal. So yeah, let's hopefully that answers the question.
Sounds good. In terms of, I guess, one thing I've always been meaning to ask you, I guess, is bait junkie colours. You come up with quite unique colours that I can't even think of, and some of the colours are fantastic. What inspires you to come up with those colours?
I'm probably a big fan of natural colours, but I also like to see what colours look like underwater and what natural bait fish and crustaceans are doing in the water. So UV colours in particular, I'm not sure if most people notice, but a lot of prawns and crabs actually have naturally occurring UV in their body. So that's why you'll see a lot of our colours have UV. And that's where I think a lot of my inspiration does come from, matching what nature's actually already designed for us. So,
I've done some experiment around like green UV, blue UV. I think some of them I've done purple as well. And then I think I came to the conclusion that I think sort of green UV is probably one of the best ones. Do you think that like any UV colour would work, or is that green probably one of the best ones that you found as well?
Personally, I think it's situational. Sometimes, like I'll have orange on it, like orange UV on quite a few lures. And I think that's just, it's a hot spot. It's something that stands out. Whether, you know, a crab actually has a bright orange spot or not, sometimes just having something that really stands out in the water just gets the fish's attention in the first place. But you're right, green is probably the most commonly naturally occurring bioluminescence with blue when it comes to UV. So normally we'll go for blues and greens, but every now and then I like to put some bright colours like an orange or something that just really stands out, and it's normally on like a feature of a lure. So something like these, funnily enough, sorry, pardon my hands, they're shaking because it's freezing. On these 235 prawns, I've got nice bright orange UV eyes just to stand out and catch the fish's attention. So when the fish sees it, they come in and investigate closer, and then when they see it's actually a prawn profile, hopefully they say today's the day I'm going to eat it and eat it.
Awesome. let's talk a little bit about prawn, John. I know you're the mastermind behind this prawns that we're throwing at the moment. How did you come up with the idea of legs? Like, I think everyone was questioning me, but I'm not actually one who designed it, so I think it's best to come from you.
Yeah.
What was the concept behind that legs?
So, it's a bit of a funny story. I suppose I can't take total credit for it. I came to Daiwa and I was working as part of the internal sales team for the first 6 months. And Tom Slater knew I could do some 3D design work, which I learnt during COVID. Actually, I used to make lures at home, and I was trying to figure out a way to replicate them. So, learned how to do 3D design, learned how to use a 3D printer, and I'd spoken to Tom. Tom knew I could do that. There was one afternoon, late in the afternoon, he came up to me and he said, "Oh, I want to make a prawn style lure." And he's got the piece of paper. I think I still got the paper, funnily enough. He just did a rough drawing and said, "I want you to do something like this." And I was so excited about the opportunity. I went home that night, designed this lure, had it 3D printed, and brought it to him the next morning. And he
turned around very quick.
He kind of laughed and was like, wasn't expecting it. But the legs were they were derived from the same tail on the 295 flick.
Oh yeah.
So just a variation of it. It's pretty much the same idea, having that little shovel lip on it to catch water, but it also stabilizes the lure really well, and it just aids the body segments. When it's descending, it aids the body segments to flare out, and it just looks incredibly natural on the drop. So here he is. That feels like it looks like a better fish.
Keep going.
Well, I mean, it looks like it's worked now, so this is fantastic timing. Let's have a look at this one. It looks like a much better fish, Taka.
I don't know what it is.
Is it a Trev?
Don't know.
I'll get the net for you.
It's a brim. Yes.
Here we go.
That's it.
You all good?
Grab him up.
Oh wow, he's
there you go.
completely inhaled
Oh
it too.
wow, inhaled that. It's on the new jig head too.
Yep, that's right down there.
Not the biggest fish, but at the same time, it's good to see, fish still eating. And the fact that they scoffed the whole thing down,
yeah.
prawn definitely works. And, it's great work done by you. In such a shallow water for winter. There you go. Better fish than before on the flick and the covert jig head. All right, let him go and then get another one. Thank you.
What have you got there, Taka?
I've got no idea what this is, but it's no, let's do it. It's turned.
Oh, it could be a big flathead.
Could be a flathead, I reckon.
How cool is it on that gear?
Tiny little brim setup. It's got a 4-pound leader and expedition braid in 0.6.
Oh, I saw some silver.
Silver.
It could be a jewel or a big Trev, maybe. So what plastic were you trying, Taka?
It's a little prawn, actually.
Yeah.
Prawn in the covert head.
So you're only fishing in about 1.5 meters of water there.
Yeah, to be honest, I think it could be less than 1 meter there.
Yeah, right.
It's funny because there was a lot of fish showing up on a sounder, so I thought, might as well have a bit of cast at it. And this one picked up and took off. Oh, he's going to go under the boat, I reckon.
Looks like it was probably nosing around in the mud there.
Yeah, it could be like that, yeah.
He's a cracking Trev, mate. That's going to be around that 50, 55 probably.
It's getting a little bit tired now. It's coming up to the surface. Hopefully he'll be tired. Oh, maybe not. A little bit more energy left on him.
Just doing those circles, eh?
Yeah.
I won't do it.
They all do it, hey?
Yeah.
As they get sort of like towards the end of the fight.
Once they get on their side like that. Right, ready? Set.
Hey, thank you.
Well done. He's someone saw that.
Thank you, boys. Thank you, boys. There you go.
I'll hold your rod for you.
Yeah, right. Nice little trevally on the prawn and covert head. Hopefully we can catch more brim, flathead, whatever we can get. There you go. Thank you. There you go. I'm pretty happy with that. Thanks, John.
Good
Your
job,
creation.
Mate. Oh, mate.
That's awesome.
We've just got a nice brim here. He's completely engulfed it, and that was, you know, on the drop pretty much one little twitch in the sand, and he's plucked it. Should be all right. It's just a nice, well-built fish. Yeah, real thick at this time of year. Oh, here's another one with a bit of a chunk out of his head, but didn't slow him down. That's awesome. Again, on that covert head, it's just that natural presentation, I think, that really, you know, you're fishing these covert heads, they're designed to give the prawn or give any plastic just a real level sink. And with the 60-degree eyelet, it's actually closer to the center of gravity of the jig head. So it actually aids in the lure and the jig head sinking horizontally. And that brim tends to agree, I reckon. So maybe get a quick photo of him and we'll let him go.
John's on again.
Hooked up again.
Again, that's a better brim too.
Not a bad one, eh?
Not a bad one.
Again, only coming from like, what is it, Taka, about 1.5 meters of water?
Yeah, 1.5 meters at the moment.
So it's kind of cool to find them in this shallow stuff at this time of year too, but they're obviously up here feeding.
That's a better fish, definitely.
He's a nice fish, yeah. He doesn't...
It's got a bit of saw on him.
Does he? Oh, don't know if I want to touch it.
What'd you do to him?
Here we go. You know what? I'll touch it just for the camera.
Just for the camera.
He's beautiful. Got that prawn down, covert head. Couldn't ask for much more when it comes to brim fishing, I think. I mean, a 50 centimetre fork fish would be beautiful, but I'm happy with that. We'll get a few more photos and get him in. Yep. Yeah, he came right out, eh? Tiny fish. Starting to get some good numbers. So we're fishing this pretty cool scenario behind this barge here where there's a bit of shadow. Taka's spotted a bunch on live, so we're just going to sit pretty much on them and just put the plastic as close to the structure as we can. Hopefully we can find a big one amongst the bunch. You see him on it up high.
Yeah, you cast it.
Yeah. Oh.
Little brim. Another one on the board. They're all about those little, not little but not big sort of fish at the moment. Hopefully we can get bigger one. But in saying that, John's covert jig head is definitely working really well. Yeah, cast that in now.
There you go.
Here you go. Here fish. Yeah. There you go. That's a good fish there, I reckon.
Is it?
Yeah, looks like it.
Holy moly.
Oh no, stay there.
Oh, he's good.
There you go.
Here we go.
Coming on.
Not a monster, but probably one
of the better ones today.
One of the better ones today. Probably one of my better brim for a while, to be honest. He plucked that just off that mooring. So I've made a switch over to the wave minnow. Yeah, he's a really thick built winter fish. Just break that drag off, sorry. So I've made the switch over to the wave minnow, again on that covert head. It's just an incredibly natural presentation. Like, these fish have seen so many lures and these fish can be incredibly picky in the harbour. So you do really need to start pulling out different tricks to try and fool them, and man, I'm happy with that. I'm pretty content. What do you reckon, Taka?
Well done.
Thanks, mate. Oh. Oh, might get a double hookup, double landing.
Mine's a hell of a lot smaller than yours, that's for sure.
Alrighty guys, so just got that nice brim. I'm just going to take a break to go through the product we are featuring today, which is our brand new bait-junkie Covert Jig heads. So there's a range of sizes from 1/55th all the way through to 1/16th. And it comes in both a 0x and a 2x hook in hook sizes 4 through to 10. a few key features you'll notice on these jig heads once you get your hands on them and have a closer look is they have some dots on the side. So those dots help identify what weight it is. So the 5 dots represent the 1/16 size head. Got the 4 dots here, which represent the 1/20th. We've got the 3 dots, which represent the 1/30th. We've got the jig head with 2 dots, which is 1/40th. And then we've also got our 1/55th size here, which has the 1 dot on them. So the other feature you'll notice on these heads is they have an angled 60-degree eyelet. Now what that does is it brings the eyelet more in line with the center of gravity of the jig head, which promotes a horizontal sink to aid that natural presentation with this type of fishing. Again, we've got a small area to kind of fit that weight into. So we did work pretty hard. We've done multiple designs for this, done all the 3D printing in-house to see how it looks once it's ready to be finalised. And we came up with this shape here, which has worked really good today. It holds plastics really well, especially for skip casting. It has a nice gentle keeper at the front, so it's not going to tear your plastics apart, but it's enough to hold your plastic and stop it and prevent it from being pantsed. Much similar to our other keeper design with this big barb at the bottom also. But yeah, today it's been fantastic fishing, and we've fished some prawns on them. That's worked. Taka's got some on the 295 flick, and the wave minnow just produced that better fish for the day. So a really versatile offering to be fishing these scenarios like your boat hulls, your rocky shorelines, and we are looking at having these in stores by the end of the year. So for more information, you can head over to our website and check them out.
All right, so we are hopping spots a few times now. We were fishing a little bay back pretty much right behind us, and John's got a nice bream out of there, and I've got a nice trevally out there. There's no pattern at the moment. I find it quite strange because it's getting cold. I thought they might be sitting in deeper water, but we found them quite shallow, so sort of finding a similar sort of ground and structure and trying to fish it exactly the same way. We're still throwing plastics, pretty much letting it stick to the bottom, working the plastic very slow. So yeah, that's getting the bite today. So we're doing a similar thing, like I said, moved to the next bait over. Wind's picked up a bit, so I'm trying to work with the wind as well. Hopefully we can catch a few fish here. If not, we've got a couple of more spots to go out to. So yeah, see what happens out here. Bite?
Yeah, tiny. Oh, nah, tiny. It was just like on the drop though. A little brim. So he was up in the shallows there. Nice, clean specimen. It's completely engulfed that wave minnow. Like, you look at a plastic like that and sometimes you go, oh, is it too big? But it really folds up in their mouth so easily because it's such a soft material. And it doesn't get torn apart because it's our elastomeric, so that's ready to go again. Let him go. Ready to go for another one.
A bit of bream, I reckon. It's a bream.
Near net.
It's a bream. It's a bream.
Got weight.
Oh my God, there's 3 came up with it.
Following it?
Yep.
Do you want the net, Taka?
No, you're right. Alrighty. Come up here. There you go. There you go. A little bit better fish. There's plenty of them out there by the look of it. John's just got busted off and I just landed this bream. Again, little prawn. It's a covert head. Doing the damage today. I reckon John's done a great job with those.
Thank you, Taka. There's a lot of fish on this flat, eh?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I can mark them here too.
It's the rare surface bream. So Taka's found a bit of a Taka's found a bit of a hot spot here. He's called it. He reckons the fish were going to be in shallow, and we've just had a heap of activity in the last few casts. Taka just got a good fish. I just plucked this one. I felt them biting at that whole retrieve. Again, covert head, like right in there. I don't want to hurt him, so I might have to get the pliers to help gently get it out. But we might sit here for a bit, see if we can get some better quality fish. Maybe pick up some bycatch. A couple of casts before that, I just got dusted by, I think it may have been just a really big flathead, but it was pretty much instant load up and just gone. So I am only running 5 pound leader, and that's the risk. But in this time of year, I do want to fish a lighter leader to get the bites. Again, going for the most finesse natural presentation we can here to fool these fish in probably one of the trickier times of year to catch them. So we'll let this guy go enough from me, and we'll see if we can get some more.
So I'm not normally a guy that runs black and red infeed on my boat. I like my white and blue because I like my treble baits, but since we're fishing plastic quite a lot today, I've got my fast taper rods on the boat. The one in my hand is the Infeed Z 712 LFS. The light fast taper is perfect for those kind of plastic fishing especially. I think John's got SK also in fast taper as well, and he's also got a brand new TD Sol matched up with it.
A very nice light combo, pretty versatile. I've gone for a little bit of luxury with SK, so yeah, really nice, light, versatile, fast action for these plastics. Don't think I could ask for much more than what I'm using.
Nice fish.
Got a bit of weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an alright fish. I think he's just hooked a bit, maybe tangled
Funky.
up underneath.
You all good?
Yeah, he's a little bit tangled. Doesn't look like a monster, but yeah.
Nice fish. Yeah, it's a nice fish.
He's a nice fish. It's a little bit more enthusiastic than some of the others today. There you go.
Oh, damn.
Not too bad. Another thick Sydney Harbour brim. They're really loving this. This spot here that Taka's put us on is really producing. Like, what is it, a metre of water, Taka?
Yeah, just about.
So what I'm doing with this wave minnow on the covert head, I'm letting it sink down. Well, to be honest, a lot of them are just hitting it on the drop, but I'm letting it sink down in the mud, and I'm just gently shaking it across the bottom, so it's looking like a worm or something trying to bury itself back in the mud. But they're loving it. Unreal. Covert head's doing the job. Thank you, Taka. Thank you for bringing me out today and putting me on the fish.
Heck yeah.
Oh, that
sounds bigger. All right. I'll put the pole
a bit more weight to it. Is it a brim? He is. Oh, that's a whiting. Yeah, he might be foul hooked, I reckon.
There you go. John caught himself dinner.
It's not a bad whiting. He's pinned in the side of the head, so I reckon he's probably come in to have a look at it. Taka actually got one before too that dropped by the side of the boat, but yeah, whiting are kind of funny at this time of year. I was just saying before how we often get them on vibes and stuff, but often if you get them, they're quite a good size. Like that's a great whiting by any means. He's a little bit dark up in this dirtier water, but got a real big head on him. Just a cool fish. Oh, let him go.
So John, what's your go-to bait junkie colour?
It's probably going to be mudblood.
Yeah, okay.
I think Braden used to say it all the time, and I was like, oh yeah. And I used it a few times, and there's just been a few scenarios where
worked really well.
It just worked well. It just stands out, and like it was probably about a year ago now. I got a mangrove jack on it, and then I started using it.
I remember that.
I started using it a fair bit, and I was catching all sorts on it. But I think it's just natural. It's very contrasty in dirty water, but it's not lost in clear water either. So I'd probably say mudblood, and then after that, it's a bit hard to go past the bloodworm or motor oil.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been around for so long, and they've just withstood the test of time, those colours. So yeah, we do have some cool new ones coming out this year.
So does that mean that we can expect to see some mudblood V2 or?
I've got some ideas.
No, yeah.
I might
Don't keep it a secret. Give it a little bit.
To be continued in the future.
I guess within the bait junkie, there's some multiple shapes and sizes in it.
Yeah.
And we're using predominantly smaller size plastics today because I guess we're using covert head. Let's give us a rundown of what would you use for, like, what's your favorite, like a go-to bait junkie for, say, jewfish, snapper?
Yeah, okay.
What's the sort, oh, that was a bite. What's your, I guess, like a preference, and what would you recommend to the guys that's getting into the plastic fishing?
It's been like the prawn market in the last few years has been like every company is doing a prawn, and I feel like there's prawns have been done in the past by other companies and other brands, and it's never really taken off. But the last 3 years, like there's some really good options in the market, and like I fish our bait junkie prawn quite often.
Yep.
For jewfish in particular, like a couple of years ago, I probably would have gone to a paddle tail first, but I've started using our 3-inch prawn pretty religiously as one of the first things I'll put on.
Yep.
And yeah, my catches have gone through the roof since I've started doing that.
Yeah, right.
So mainly for jewfish, I'd probably go a prawn or a small minnow paddle tail.
Yep.
Snapper, it's pretty hard to go past a jerk shad or wave minnow.
Yeah, okay.
Got some really cool colours for snapper in the works for the next few years. Something a little bit different, but
Oh, nice.
I can't reveal too much just yet because I do think they're quite unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. Oh, look, barramundi. It's pretty hard to go past one of our 6.2s or 4.2s.
Yep.
But most of these small plastics are very versatile. Like something like a wave minnow, you're going to get your brim, you're going to get flathead, you're going to get trevally, you're going to get anything that swims in the estuary.
Yep.
Likewise for a prawn, or even a grub or one of the smaller minnows. So I guess it depends on the situation more than the species sometimes, because
Yeah, okay.
as long as it's a small enough, like for instance for brim, their mouths are quite small, they're going to eat most of these small plastics. But yeah, you've got to adjust to the situation, the species you're targeting, which it only comes with time on the water and experience, understanding how a fish actually eats stuff and the actual biology of a fish's mouth. You look at a fish's mouth and you kind of understand if it's going to fit something in its mouth or how it's going to eat something, or if it's a fish that has a jaw that can crush something like a crab or a mussel like a brim. So yeah, I think time on the water and actually getting out there and just learning and doing stuff yourself gives you the best idea of what kind of plastic or what thing you should be chucking.
Fair enough.
What is it, 1.7? Oh yeah.
That's small fish.
Has a hook set and a half, Taka.
For small fish too. Poor thing.
He didn't know what hit him.
He didn't know what happened to him. There you go. Well, so I've listened to John, went for wave minnow. Definitely works. Little fish, but I'm still catching fish. That's the main thing.
That's a little. Oh, he's little. He's not big, but he's having a last minute go. Unreal colours in him, eh? I don't know if the camera can see like the purples in him, but it's just really clean. It's such a healthy fish. It's so good to see these fish in this condition. Just nice, healthy, thick fish.
So you catch a big one, I'll catch a little one.
Let him go.
I told you.
They're just all really rattling.
So John, I know you're not a brim fisherman. Yeah. But how are you finding it so far?
I've had a really good day. I've had a lot of fun. Yeah, hold on, they're coming back. I've had a lot of fun. I've learned a lot about what Taka likes in a situation, how to fish certain situations.
There's nothing to learn from me, that's for sure.
I enjoy it. It's just one of those things, like me, most of my life I fish land-based, so fishing off a boat's a little bit different, just adjusting with the movement.
Yep.
But yeah, it all makes sense, and just being able to work with the elements with that little bit of wind and actually present the lure in such a natural way with these covert heads, just at level sink, completely concealed, lead weight in the body. You know, we're just increasing our chances of catching these really spooky fish at this time of year. So I've had a blast, and I've learnt a lot. I want to do it more often, but in saying that, I still like my jewfish, and I still like. Sorry, I almost cast over you.
Yeah, right.
I still like all my big estuary stuff too. So, yeah. Have you had a good day out, Taka?
Yeah, I have actually. I think your covert head is a great addition to our jig head, current jig head range.
Yeah.
I guess my next question for you was, have you got more jig heads
I've got a
in
snag.
works, or?
Yeah, without saying too much, we got a bunch of stuff coming in the next couple of years. We do spend a lot of time with the R&D side of things, so we want to make sure that they're, when they hit the market, we're not going to have issues and they're going to be the best product we can put out at this point in time. So yeah, a lot to come. I can't say too much yet, but super exciting times for Daiwa and the Bait Junkie range in particular.
Awesome, man. While you're rigging there, John,
Yep.
can you tell me, I guess, so for the brim guys, or I guess like a light tackle estuary guys, we go for a smaller 2.5, 3-inch, that sort of plastic sizes.
Yeah.
What hook sizes do you recommend?
Well, to be honest, they're all designed mainly with brim and bass in mind.
Yep.
Like today I'm using just a size 1 on most of the lures I'm chucking. It suits those 235s and a wave minnow as well. If I was going for bass, I'd probably go for the 1.0 as an option.
Yep.
But then like if I'm chucking, I could also get away with like a size 4 or a size 2 on the prawn if I really want to go like incredibly finesse.
Yep.
But then yeah, I'd probably be chucking something like a 1/55 in to get down that little if I really want to go for like the smallest, most minimalist approach possible.
Yep.
But mainly today I've just been using the 1/20th, 1/30th and a 1/16th on the 3-inch wave minnow, and yeah, a 1 or 1.0 hook seems to be doing the job fine to be fair.
Okay. Any specific technique that you use when you're fishing plastics?
I vary it up depending on a plastic. Paddle tails, anything with a paddle tail and anything with a prawn body.
Yep.
I like to do a real slow draw and lift and control the descent down.
Okay.
It just, to me, sometimes if they plummet, it just looks a little bit unrealistic. But again, depends on the scenario. Like in a lot of current, you do need something kind of heavy to plummet down. But in a lot of situations, I'm fishing, probably a 1/8 to 1/6 ounce jig head. I'll try and control the plastics down.
Yep.
But then if I'm fishing grubs and stuff like this, or like creature baits, I'll often just like shake it on the spot a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, so I think it just looks like disturbance. So if it's down in the mud and with our baits being buoyant, quite often they're going to sit up like that.
Yep.
So if I'm just shaking in the mud, once the mud starts to settle and you get like a brim or something coming to investigate, they're just going to see that one thing standing up, like the tail of a curl grub, a curl tail grub or something. And often they just suck it up off the bottom. So I think that's worked really well in this scenario. On this, seems like it's a bit of a muddy bottom.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing there's maybe crabs, maybe some worms, that kind of thing just scurrying around in the mud, and that's what these brim are in here feeding on.
I think covert head itself is very sort of like a structure orientated, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Some guys will definitely use it around the flats, and not to say they're not going to use it like they use this normal jig head, but I think using it around the structure, to me, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know, you obviously designed it, so you had some sort of like ideas behind it. Like, do you want the people to more like a fundamentally use it around man-made structure, boats, or like a natural structure? I know you covered off a little bit behind it back then, but
yeah, I think it all depends on how you want to present your lure. Like for me, it makes the most sense to fish it around some of that more vertical structure because you're trying to get that horizontal sink. In this scenario here, we're working the plastics now we've started working them quicker and aggressive. I think once we're popping them up, they are kind of just fluttering down a little bit more level and the fish are just picking them up off the bottom. Oh, just like that. So again, like I think the thing with fishing that a lot of people get roped into is if they hear someone say something that's has to be done that way and that way only, which is something that's I think is completely incorrect. A lot of the stuff I do is very different to what a lot of people, what the internet says to do or what someone tells someone else to do. I think you just got to go out and do it and figure it out yourself, and what works for you might not work for the next person. And then you might stumble across a technique that someone hasn't tried before. It just suits you best. So yeah, by no means is it just limited to fishing structure. I think you just got to use it in a scenario that you think is fit. Like today, this isn't a scenario that is the first scenario that comes to mind to fish something like a covert head with a concealed weight, but it's worked fine. It's worked just as well as a standard jig head will. And it's also just a part of the process of us making sure the hooks aren't bending out, and we're actually making sure that it's all good quality. So the fish, it's held up to the fish. It hasn't been a problem with that. And we're going to go try and fish them in a few other scenarios throughout the afternoon anyway. So it was the focus for the day, and this is all just again part of the process, a bit of R&D, testing that Taka and I don't get to go out and fish as often as I think a lot of people think we might, but it's good to get out and share our thoughts on some of the projects firsthand like this. Oh, they're doing the beep test. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
That's anxiety inducing. Oh, God.
Had a bite?
No. Just disgusted from the sound of that beep test. I'm not seeing them like...
Not a single fish in there. You got one? You get him out? Get him out. Oh yeah, not about a fish either. Tighten up a drag a bit more.
Shit.
Oh shit.
He's a good fish, I think. Oh no.
Hang on. Just hold him there, Just hold him there.
Is it a trev? Maybe it's a trev. It's going bloody hard.
No, I reckon it's bream.
No, it's a trev.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Is it a good trev? Oh no, he's not like yours this morning. He's just... Ah.
Oh.
That was a little bit chaotic. Was not expecting a trev under there. He's got me on something though. Halfway, my leader was twice that length, so he's must have just nicked me on. I felt him touch something. Maybe he touched up on that pylon, but it was cool. It's not the best spot to hook a trev though, but safe release. I'll tie up a new leader and we'll try again. That's a stick, I think. It has to be. No, it's moving. It's a fish. Oh, that might be a big flathead. Or it's a stingray or something.
Stingray?
It's moving. What is it? Ah, trev, I think. Yeah, trev. Oh no, it's a bream.
It's a bream.
All right.
There you go.
He fought completely different to any bream today.
Shallow water.
Yeah. He's not bad. He's completely engulfed that wave, you know. It's funny, Taka and I were just talking off camera about how a lot of the fish that have hooked up, say, they've completely engulfed the lures. And, you know, one observation we've made is the fact that
Oh, wow.
yeah, he's
No,
completely... I think one observation we made is the fact that we're fishing these covert heads with the weight that's fully concealed. You know, are the fish less hesitant in hitting these lures because they can't actually see the lead weight? So, I mean, I don't think I've ever had this many bream just completely engulfing lures like today. So, like that's a 3-inch wave, you know, and it's completely gone. Can't even see it. I actually thought it was a flathead the way it fought.
All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up. We've got plenty of fish today. We use a covert head with a bait junkie, and throughout the winter, to be honest, I actually thought we were going to find more fish in the deeper water, but funny enough, we found them in shallow water, and it was good to have John out in the water, get him to run through a couple of, I guess, like key points and also more detailed information about bait junkie jig head and also bait junkie plastics itself. So, how was your day, John?
I had a great day. Better than being in the office, actually getting out here to fish the product and do the key features and all the bits and pieces on cameras. It's really cool to see the product get to this point and then explain it and then fish it and show that it works. So I had a cracking day. I wouldn't change a thing. I think we got a few really good fish. On average, some of the fish are actually pretty good. Yeah. Nothing to complain about from my end.
That's awesome, mate. So yeah, all right, well, that's it for us today. Thanks for watching. If you want to know more about, I guess, new release coming into the after, there's going to be plenty of product coming out, and it's going to be quite a lot of exciting product coming through as well. Head on to our website, keep an eye out for our social media as well, and hopefully see you guys soon.